This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. As you can see from the title of this video, this is the name of an article as the media continues to pump out propaganda claiming that they're debunking chemtrails because they know that the public is getting wise to chemtrails, that people are starting to actually look up in the sky and see these thin clouds, this dust covering over them above and say, what is that? And then they're looking and researching and finding out what it really is. So we get articles like this by the Smithsonian, among others who recently you can just see them all in a wave. These articles are just coming out in the last few days, all claiming that science officially is debunking chemtrails, but the conspiracy will likely live on. And I'll read you some of the ridiculous comments in this article, if you even want to call it an article. It's compost is what it is. But let's start with how ridiculous this is as they continue to try to trick people into thinking that we're supposed to believe that these are real clouds in the sky. Oh, these are just things that fly out of the back of an airplane. Oh, the airplanes just happen to fly over every piece of land in the United States of America and pretty much worldwide, covering us and dusting us with this. Let's start with Project Cloverleaf. How would you like to try and cover that up? Project Cloverleaf, okay, is an agenda, a military agenda. It is real. You can look into the back end of Project Cloverleaf and what the agenda was behind Project Cloverleaf, which is a depopulation agenda. You even have the director of the CIA. Okay, well, of course the CIA cannot be trusted, but CIA Director John Brennan has even admitted to chemtrails. He's admitted to geoengineering being real. We've seen scientists who have actually studied this and seen autism increase by 10,000% since this Operation Cloverleaf has been put in effect. More and more people are just getting sicker, getting autism. We've seen an increase in Parkinson's disease, in dementia. They are dumbing us down as well with the aluminum and all the chemicals that they're spraying us with. They are poisoning us every single day. And people are not as wise as they should be to it. But more people are waking up to chemtrails because you don't see clear blue skies anymore. Remember the days of just a clear blue sky? Right? Oh, you still have this haze in the sky, and we're supposed to believe that they're actually clouds. You know when you see a real cloud, it's huge, it's puffy. Usually when you're on an airplane and you look out the window, you can see actual clouds. But what we see most of the time is just spray over our heads, a dusting of chemicals. But now they have filth rags like the Smithsonian pumping out propaganda, claiming they're debunking chemtrails. Give me a break. Debunking chemtrails. Let's read what they have to say. These days, it's a common sight. Hazy streaks crisscrossing the sky, left from passing aircrafts. But many people believe there's something more going on, dubbing the contrails chemtrails. Conspiracy theorists have claimed that these trails are condensed water and part of a secret program to control the weather, change the climate, or control our minds. Actually, it's more than just that. It's more than about controlling the weather, changing the climate. It also makes us deficient in vitamin D because it actually blocks the sun's rays. Okay, it's about depopulation control. It's also about, giving people autism and creating more diseases, more and more people getting sick, more and more people getting dementia, more and more people are fatigued. Okay, it's about more than just climate change, and controlling our minds. There's a lot to it, and it's been going on for a while. All you have to do is look into Operation Cloverleaf. It says conspiracy theorists have amassed huge dossiers of evidence claiming that chemtrails are longer, brighter, and do not dissipate as quickly as normal aircraft contrails. They have photos, anecdotes, and samples collected from the air and water. Those scientists have long battled against these unfound claims, which is this is just a bogus statement because so many scientists have come over. They've gone to Congress, they've gone to local court, they've gone wherever they could to speak up against this because they know the dangers of it. So that's just more lies, but people won't look into it further. They'll just say, okay, there's people making up theories and then scientists are debunking it. Real scientists aren't debunking it. Paid shill scientists are trying to claim that they've debunked it when they haven't debunked it. It's a lie. It says, these scientists have long battled against these unfound claims. They haven't made much headway. But with the recent study, researchers from the Carnegie Institution for Science hope to put these rumors to rest. Who cares what the Carnegie Institution of Science has to say? Oh, I'm supposed to believe some morons from the Carnegie Institution of Science. They just go, the Carnegie Circus is where they belong. The researchers provided the available chemtrail evidence to 77 atmospheric scientists and geochemists for evaluation. I felt it was important to definitely show what real experts in contrails think. Oh, they felt it was important to show what real experts. So this is what they always do. They always put this scientist label on stuff, because if you don't have that label, if you're not a doctor, then you can't give advice to somebody about an injury or something that might happen. You can't say, well, why don't you put Neosporin on it or something? Well, you're not a doctor. Then you need the title in front of it. So anybody who has an opinion other than one of these paid shill doctors, they won't listen to it. Then all these paid shill scientists, then no one will listen. But all these scientists who are actually coming forward with this information, they are silencing them. They are not letting them get on any main news sources or any main news stations to talk about it. All they could do is pretty much hop on YouTube and hope that people look them up and start, finding out the truth about this stuff. But they're not actually interviewing real scientists. They're talking to these paid scientists who are paid to protect what they're doing. They're paid to cover it up, and they claim that they're debunking it. It's a complete joke. In the study published in the journal Environmental Research Letters, the scientists were asked if they had uncovered possible evidence of a government chemtrail program in their research. Of the 77 scientists, 76 said no. How convenient! And why, of course, would they pick 77? I wonder if that number has any significance to the occult. Give me a break. They were also shown photos supposedly containing chemtrails. Upon inspection, none of the researchers saw any evidence that the contrails in the photos were any different than normal chemtrails. Well, how convenient that they didn't know. Very convenient of them. I guess it's just the rest of us are noticing, because, of course, we get labeled as fearmongers. Oh, yes, people label me as a fearmonger. All these people who talk about all the evil that's going on, oh, they're just fearmongers. They just don't mind their children getting doused with chemtrails. And then when their kid grows up and gets dementia, or they get Alzheimer's in a few years, they're going to say, well, how did this happen? No, they're not, because they're not even able to think anymore, because their brain's going to be mush from the chemtrails and the poison. It goes on to say the chemtrail craze likely originated with a 1996 report from the Air Force called Weather as a Force Multiplier. That's because everybody who is aware and awake, and most people listening to this channel already are, know about biological warfare. They know about geoengineering. They know that this is a war against us, a silent war to poison and kill us, to depopulate us. That's how they're doing this. They're not showing up at your door with rifles pointed at your head. Okay, they are just killing us off with chemicals, making us sicker and sicker. Then we get medicine that doesn't heal us. It just delays the inevitable, but also makes you sicker in other ways and gives you more diseases. That's what's going on here. So they go on to say, they're mocking, the chemtrail craze. And it says at the bottom here, so if it's not a government program, why do many people claim to see more and more contrails? They're chemtrails. Emerson says airplane contrails are likely lasting longer than they used to due to changes in jet engine technology. Who is buying this garbage? In addition, an increase in air travel over the last couple decades. Oh, an increase in air travel. Oh, okay. There's a lot of people, I don't know if any of you ever driven around the country, cross country, gone on long road trips. You'll get in stretches in states like Montana and Wisconsin where there is nothing. A lot of these areas you would say, why would anyone fly over here? Because they're not really in a flight pattern, right? There's not airports in a lot of these areas. They're open for thousands of miles. There's nothing in a straight line that would say, oh, they're coming through here for this reason. They're just dousing you. And it's not just one plane, it's multiple X's. And you see them crisscrossing and spraying them out, making their trails in the sky to poison us with. Right? They say, it's because there's more and more flights. There's a change in the jet engine technology. The increase in air travel over the last couple of decades could also be fueling the belief in chemtrails. Please don't buy into this. I know you people are smart enough who listen to this channel not to buy into it. It's just a complete joke. They come out with stuff like this all the time. They debunking it. Now they're using the word debunk because they see that's a word that people could come and read the article. Oh, chemtrails debunked. Oh, I knew that there wasn't anything going on, because people don't want. That's exactly what the problem. That's why this channel, I talk about this stuff. Because do you want to live in denial? Do you want to live in a delusion fairy tale land? Then go ahead. Don't listen to this channel. That's all I say. But there's Christians, there's all these people that can't take the negativity. Who cares about the chemtrail? They don't care about getting poisoned. They're fine with it. Well, I'm not fine with it. I'm not fine with it at all. A lot of us have families. A lot of us, it's unbelievable that people are okay with it. And they think it's fear-mongering talking about chemtrails and this stuff. People are getting sick unnecessarily You know, these are inadvertent sacrifices to Satan. They are poisoning us. Okay, they are killing us off. These are sacrifices for him because they're murdering us. This is silent war waged on us. Okay, that's what this is. So people should be upset. People need to be aware of this stuff. You know, you have to, I mean, you don't have to be aware if you don't want to. You know, if you want to live in fairy tale land, this channel is obviously not for you. There's so many people that just want to live in la la land and just say, oh, it's chemtrails, it's fear mongering. Oh, it's just, oh, it's clickbait. Oh, it's, you know, it's this or it's that. It's truth. Chemtrails, I mean, all you have to do is research Project Cloverleaf, research all of the actual scientists who have come forward with evidence. Look at the increase in all these diseases. Look at the vitamin D deficiency. Look at all this stuff that's going on. I mean, all you got to do, honestly, even without researching it, is just look up and use common sense and say, why are there no clouds in the sky? But why is there these like haze clouds? And how come I never see blue skies anymore? Think about it. Think about how that's changed over time and how drastically it's changed. Now, this has been going on for a while, but still think about how drastically it is. How often do you see a blue sky without these chemtrails floating above your head? I mean, all people have to do is just use a little discernment and common sense and see it's what's going on. So articles like this, they make deliberately, you know, for people out there who might be questioning chemtrails. Obviously, they're seeing an increase of awakenings happen through things like chemtrails because people are getting suspicious because this is literally right in front of your face. I mean, it literally is right in front of your face. Now, some of these symbols and stuff that I expose, you know, I understand people don't see it because they're in an alpha state and they're not trained to look for symbols and they think it's a marketing thing or it's a coincidence when it's not. But things like this, when you're just outside and all you have to do is look up. Just look up, you know, and how high, I mean, this is just, it's unbelievable. It's not one, it's many. They're just crossing all over. It's just hazes in the sky. They know people are waking up to chemtrails. So they're going to continue to do these, you know, propaganda pieces about debunking. There's nothing debunked here. Where are they debunking it? Read the article. I'll attach it below. Where are they actually debunking it? It's just crap evidence. It's just, you know, oh, 77 people looked into it and 76 said that they wouldn't even blink to think that it's not real. Oh, thanks. Who are the 77 people? Oh, they're scientists, so I can't question what they say. Geochemists and atmospheric scientists. Oh, right. Give me a break. You don't need a degree to see that chemtrails are real. All you need is common sense and eyes. Look above and see it. Look into chemtrails. Look into Project Cloverleaf. Look into the mass increase of diseases. Look into the mass increase in vitamin D deficiency. Look into geoengineering. Look into this global warming weather change gimmick that they're trying to push, trying to tell us it's global warming. When they're doing all of this stuff, they're controlling and manipulating all of it. And that is the truth. So again, I'll attach this article below. It's just propaganda nonsense garbage by the Smithsonian.com. I thought the Smithsonian was a museum. What is this? What a stupid website this is. You'll find more credible evidence talking to a birch tree than you would reading this crap propaganda from the Smithsonian. Chemtrails are real. All you need to do is use your eyes. Okay, use discernment and figure it out and look into it. We know that silent warfare has been waged upon us. We know biological warfare is real. There's documents to prove that. There's CIA documents. There's government documents that are out there for people to read to show us that this is going on. And yet nobody cares. Like I said, we even have the CIA director, which of course you can't take any of these people's words for anything, but slipping up pretty much saying that geoengineering, you know, is a real thing. But nobody wants to pick up on the credibility of any of this stuff with chemtrails because they don't want to live in fear. They want to think that everything's hunky-dory and wonderful. And if that's how they want to live out the rest of their life, that's fine. This channel is not for you. Okay, if you want to know what's really going on, you want to see the evils in the world, and that should lead you back to God when you see all of the evil that's going on out there. That should be enough for you to pick up your Bible, to start trusting in God, not trusting in man, to stop looking at the things of the earth and worshiping Jesus Christ and realizing that he's the way, the truth, and the life and nothing else. I thank you for listening to today's show. Stay strong in your faith. Watch out for those chemtrails, okay? They're everywhere. All you got to do, if you aren't someone who's familiar with it, just look up in the sky today, look up tomorrow, look up the next day. You'll see them spreading across the sky. They'll be making X's above you. They'll be all around you. Then they'll dispense and become wider, and people will tell you that they're apparently clouds when they're not clouds. All you have to do is look up pictures of real clouds or think about when you were on an airplane looking out the window if you want to think of what a real cloud looks like. These are not. This has not been debunked. This is propaganda, garbage, filth. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families. Stay safe. May peace be with you.